Hey builders, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can effortlessly integrate Google Calendar into your workflows using BuildShip's comprehensive set of pre-built nodes. Let's dive in and explore how you can automate various calendar-related tasks without writing a single line of code. You'll find all the Google Calendar nodes in the Node Explorer here under Google Calendar. I've put them here on a workflow so we can go through them one by one. Let's authenticate and take a look at the GetEvents node. This node is designed to fetch all events from a specific calendar within a given time period. Whether you're building a scheduling app or a reminder system, the GetEvents node provides you with all of the event data you need. You just specify the calendar ID. And if it's your main calendar you're querying, you can save yourself some time and just put in the word primary. If you do need to find the calendar ID, the list calendar node will list all of the Google calendars your account has access to. Now, the start and end date fields are optional, but if you've got a lot of past and future events, you might want to filter. The dates just need to be in ISO 8601 format. We've given you an example here. Let's take this for a test. All right. Let's take a look at the sort of data we're getting back from Google Calendar. Here at the top, we're given overarching information about the calendar. Things like the calendar name, the description, the time zone it's in, and the default reminder settings. But then here under items, we have an array, and this array is each individual calendar item. This is the format that Google Calendar is going to communicate with us in. You don't need to go over it line by line, but you'll probably want to refer back to this as we start building out subsequent nodes. All right, now let's move on to the GetEventDetails node. Unlike the GetEvents node, the GetEventDetails node just gets one specific event, given it an event ID. So let's find an event ID to give it. Here we go. Now let's test it out. We're getting an error. And with any of the BuildShip authenticated nodes, you always want to check that your authentication token hasn't dropped out. Here, with a red symbol, I can see it has. So we just click it and choose our Google account, and we're back in business. All right, here are all of the details about this one specific event. And here's a tip. Click the Update Output Schema button, and that will save you from having to manually enter all of these key value pairs. The Update Output Schema button saves us the time of having to manually put them all in ourselves. And what that means is that if we want to use any of the data from those fields in subsequent nodes, well, it's right here available in the drop-down menu. All right, let's step it up a gear. We're going to create an event in Google Calendar. The Create Event node is looking for a title, a description, whether to send notification updates to anyone that you're including as a guest, whether the invitation should include conferencing via Google Meet, the attendees, and BuildShip gives you an example of how Google Calendar is expecting that to come back from us. Event start and end times, whether you're including file attachments, and those specific attachments. Again, we've given you an example of how that data should look. So let's create a new event. We'll call it BuildShip event. We'll put our description in. We'll say that we will send updates and we will have conferencing. The attendees in the format that BuildShip has given us. We'll put our start time in for a few days' time. And our meeting, let's say it will go all day. Let's say we will add files. So we'll hit true. And we can come here and get the format that we need to send our files in. For this example, I've just grabbed a Google Calendar icon on a URL and we'll send that as an attachment. All right, before we test, we need to re-authenticate and test away. And here's all our event data. And we can see back in Google Calendar, here's our event. Now, say we need to update an event. Well, that's easy. You just need to get the event ID. And add it on in. We'll say update BuildShip event, and we'll remove our attendees. Let's say our event start time has moved forward a day. We want to send an update. Let's check our authentication and run a test. Here's our calendar event back, all confirmed. And we can see it's been moved in Google Calendar. Finally, we have the delete event node. We just take the event ID and add it in. Decide whether you want to send updates to everyone internal to your organization or all attendees. And here we go. BuildShip's Google Calendar nodes can be paired with hundreds of other apps and services to create powerful automated workflows. You could sync calendar events with files stored in Amazon Web Services or Firestore. You could update Airtable records based on calendar events. You could send notifications to Discord channels or a WhatsApp message. Head over to the tutorials section in BuildShip for pre-built templates covering all of these integrations, and you'll hit the ground running. For now, I'm off to pair these Google Calendar nodes with BuildShip's AI assistant. Once it has access to the Get Event, Create Event, and Update Event nodes, it'll be a PA in my pocket. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tutorials. Let's BuildShip.